So I want to take a minute to tell you guys about God's faithfulness in my life and everything that He's done for me. The last about 8 years have been pretty challenging, but God has done some incredible, awesome things in my life. In 1998, I married the man of my dreams, and we had a great time together. We traveled, and we were so in love, and life couldn't have gotten any better. And a couple years into our marriage, we had a child, and then he got a job down at the CIA near Washington, D.C. And we moved down there and lived down there for about 5 years. He was doing his dream job and was really loving it. And a couple years into that, things started changing. He started getting a little bit paranoid, and paranoid with me, paranoid with people that he worked with. Just things were just a little bit off, and it progressed and it continued to get worse until after a few more years down there, we needed to leave and come back to Michigan, and we were hopeful that getting him out of that environment might help clear his thinking up. However, that didn't happen, and he continued to progress and to get more paranoid, more delusional, to the point that it was very unsafe to be with him. And at this point, we had 3 boys, and he loved his kids dearly, and he was also very, very well trained in surveillance and guns and shooting, and I had some real fears about being able to safely get away from him, as did his family and my family. We started going through our divorce, and the whole transition that God was able to just so smoothly facilitate was in and of itself a miracle. And as the years have passed, He has continued to keep us safe from what I consider to be a scary and dangerous person. If the switch were to flip in him, it could really put him off the deep end. But God has just kept us safe and kept my kids safe, and has just worked everything out in an incredible way. So shortly after I got divorced from my husband, I found myself in some financial difficulties, and my house was near foreclosure, and I was only making enough money to cover 50% of my monthly bills. And as I was getting ready for church one day, I looked at my checkbook, and I just remember thinking, well, I don't even have enough money to pay my bills as it is, so what does it matter if I'm tithing to God? It's not really gonna make me any more short, because I can't pay my bills as it is. So I made it a priority to always give God the first fruits of my income, and He has blessed me over the years, gave me an incredible job. I've been able to get completely debt-free with the exception of my mortgage payment, and I'm just so happy I made that decision. I've had a couple other challenges through the years. One being, I was diagnosed with cancer 3 years ago, and it was an aggressive form of cancer. But again, God helped it to be detected early enough to where it hadn't spread, and while I was going through my chemo treatments and my radiation, I wasn't able to work down at my second job, but God again came through and just brought people together to do fundraisers and just help provide for me financially so that I could keep my house and keep a stable place for my kids to live. He's done other things. There's so many things that He's done for me that have just been incredible. My mom and I have had a business together where we've created a safety product for children, and through the years He just continues to grow that and develop that. And I'm not a businesswoman at all, and I have no business experience, and neither does my mom, but yet our business continues to grow, and it's clearly only because of God. and the great things He's done. And there's a verse, Jeremiah 29:11, that has really helped me to stay focused during my difficult times. And it's just because I know God has some really awesome and incredible plans for me. And if it means going through some difficulties to fulfill what He wants me to do, then I say bring on the difficulties, because in the end it's going to be totally worth it to be living and doing what God wants me to do. You can't go wrong being faithful with God, because He is faithful with us.